All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again, man. Thank y'all so much for coming over. Like I said before, a lot of this stuff gets extremely deep. A lot of people are involved. It's bigger than what we think. It's darker than what we think. I'm just here to inform myself. I don't know if this stuff is 100% facts, but it's a lot of, stuff that comes out, resurface videos that I'm trying to, again, inform myself. So it says here what FBI found on Naomi Campbell's private island. It says Diddy and Epstein madam. Now, a madam is one of the women that bring other women. They are almost like a female pimp, kinda. Yeah. So we're gonna check this out. I don't know if anything in here gonna shock me, but yeah. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
I've always said that I'm not a saint, that I am a work in progress, but I will not be held hostage by my past.
Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center.
So it looks like stealing money from charity organizations and allegedly trafficking children is not the only thing Naomi Campbell has gotten herself mixed up with. Because word on the street is she was also involved in Diddy's criminal enterprise, and she's allegedly the madam in charge of overseeing the entire operation. Apparently, she tricked young girls and boys into for the diddler by making them think they were going to be signed to big agencies and become supermodels.
Wow.
But instead, they were made to sign NDAs.
So what's the guy named? The Abercrombie guy? Like that video I watched of him talking about promising those male models like a career.
Enforced into Naomi was the last person anybody ever thought would be involved in this mess, because people thought she had learned her lesson after the Epstein Island scandal. But it turns out, oh girl didn't learn nothing, and she's allegedly still mixed up in this BS. According to reports, the police came across all this evidence while they were investigating her for misusing millions of dollars that was donated to her charity organization. If y'all remember, she made some headlines a few weeks ago when she and her associates were kicked off the board of her own charity because they were caught misusing millions of dollars meant for underprivileged people. She was spending all that money on luxury items, vacations, private jets, and a whole bunch of nonsense. But here's the real kicker, y'all. It turns out that while police were investigating all that, they allegedly bumped into the whole other world of crimes that Naomi was involved in. And it was all linked to Diddy and those people he was Yes, girl, you heard that right. Now, you might not know this about Naomi, but she was exposed not too long ago for being in a room at a Diddy party where Diddy was about to essay Snoop Dogg. Allegedly,
What?
Diddy had spiked Snoop's drink and then dragged him into this room that Naomi was in to essay him. Snoop's wife reportedly barged into the room, took Snoop, who was allegedly going in and out of consciousness, all because of the and left.
Shantae walked in there and called his name one time, Calvin,
That's Snoop's real name.
in front of Naomi Campbell,
Yes, sir.
in front of Diddy.
But that's not all, y'all, because even outside of Naomi encouraging very disturbing behavior like this and participating in degenerate behavior, she
Again, take these videos with a grain of salt. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's like slang for saying believe what you want to believe. Again, I'm just trying to inform myself, but man, like I said, nothing's going to shock me, but hearing that,
also landed herself in a few scandals that had people giving her the side eye. Between the years of 1998 and 2009, she was convicted 11 times for physically mistreating the people who worked for her. In 1998, her assistant Georgina accused her of grabbing her by the throat and hitting her over the head with a phone because she was frustrated about them getting delayed by customs at a Canadian airport. In court documents obtained by Georgina's lawyer, Calvin Barry, Naomi lunged at her, grabbed her by the throat, and shook her till Georgia fell to the sofa, shaking and in tears. Not too long after this mess, she employed another assistant, and just like the first one, she also accused Naomi of allegedly attacking her as well. The assistant, Vanessa Frisbee, claimed at the time that Naomi attacked her during a heated argument. Naomi denied the allegations and even countersued the poor girl. Child, I can't go through all her 11 convictions, or else we'll be here all day. However, the stories were all the same. A lot of people could not help but point out her pattern of physically attacking people being very similar to what Diddy's been doing. Now, the crazy thing is, Diddy ain't the only questionable man that Naomi was associating herself with. Back in 2010, she was dragged to court to testify against the ex-Liberian president, Charles Taylor, after he gifted her blood diamonds during her stay at Nelson Mandela's house in South Africa. Now, in case y'all don't know, Charles was arrested in 2006 and accused of arming Sierra Leone's Revolutionary United Front rebels. This was during the 1991 to 2002 Civil War. He trained and commanded the rebels who unalived, essayed, and maimed Sierra Leone civilians, frequently chopping off their hands and legs. And while Charles was doing all this, he came across a lot of resources, with some of them being the diamonds he gave to Naomi. Now, when Naomi was initially asked about this, she denied it and even stormed out of the interview. However, when she was summoned to court and questioned about everything, she admitted that she did in fact receive diamonds from Charles. However, it was handed over to her by two mysterious men who barged into her home in the middle of the night. She also claimed she didn't keep the diamonds, and she actually donated them to a charity.
No, well, I didn't really want to be here, so I was made to be here. So obviously I'm just like wanting to get this over with and get on with my life.
You received a diamond from
I
Charles.
didn't receive a diamond, and I'm not going to speak about that. Thank you very much. And I'm not here for that.
Well, we've been told that you didn't help the prosecution sort of in this very important case.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
I had a knock at my door, and I opened my door, and two men were there and gave me a pouch and said, "A gift for you."
Did you ask them who they were?
No, I was extremely tired. When they gave me the pouch, I just put it next to my bed and went back to bed.
What did you think the stones were?
They were kind of dirty looking pebbles. They were dirty, I don't know. When I'm used to seeing diamonds, I'm used to seeing diamonds shiny and in a box, you know. Someone hadn't said they were diamonds, I wouldn't have guessed right away that they were diamonds.
Now, it's believed that everything she said was just a load of crap, because her former assistant, Carol White, and actress Mia Farrow, who were both with Naomi on that trip, said Naomi knew exactly where them diamonds was coming from, and that she was more than willing to take them. Carol said Naomi was flirting with Charles the whole night, and that when the diamonds were given to her, she was very excited and even showed them to her. And of course, there's Jeffrey Epstein, who Naomi was allegedly also involved with in committing some very serious crimes. After Jeffrey was arrested, it was revealed that Naomi was allegedly at Epstein's island too. The feds claim she took 5 flights aboard the Lolita Express in 2001 and 2003. 2 originated in the U.S. Virgin Islands, where Epstein owned his own island that was known to be a place of debauchery. A couple of the flights went to the Sao Paulo, Brazil area. Jeffrey was also spotted at multiple Victoria's Secret shows, and they were seen leaving together most of the time. According to Naomi, she said she met him in 2001 after her boyfriend, Flavio, introduced him.
I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex.
A lot of people don't think he's gone. Do you guys think he is? Some people think like they faked it and just got him up out of here somewhere. What do y'all think? I wouldn't be surprised, but man, I think people underestimate the word connected. Like, this stuff is deeply connected with so many. Like, just when you say the industry, that's it. Whether it's music, acting, whatever, modeling, all that, it's all connected. Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Ex-boyfriend Flavio, he was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
No. And what he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else. Because I've had my fair share of predators, and thank God that I had good people around me that protected me from this.
See, when people say that, like, it's kind of crazy, because, like, if you look at, like I said, the industry and who these people hang around, like, they know what's going on, man. They know what a lot of these people be doing, but they be with them. So it's like, I think a lot of them trying to give off this image to help lure people in, you know? Like, Naomi Campbell wants me to model, you know what I mean? And then they got you.
I mean, right now I stand with the victims. I can't, they're scarred for life.
And then, of course, there's Diddy, who she allegedly dated in 2001, even though she goes around claiming like he a brother to her. Well, at least until he was exposed, and she ended up deleting all of the photos she had with him off her Instagram. People did some digging, and they found out she's actually more deeply connected to Diddy than we knew. She was really close to Diddy and attended every single party he threw. This includes his 54th birthday in London and his album release party. Mind you, all these parties came with freak-offs that went down immediately after, and Naomi was allegedly in attendance there too. And do y'all remember the time that Diddy literally flew out with Young Miami to London just to surprise Naomi with a cake for getting her PhD?
Oh my God, baby! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Jeez.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but Diddy does not go out of his way to do all these things for people unless, of course, they have strong ties to him and are involved in the things that he does.
Exactly.
Now, it's still unclear what exactly Naomi has done for him to get on his good graces like this, but people believe she's a madam behind his trafficking ring, and she's allegedly one of the people who was supplying him with. These rumors got even wilder when people came across this video of American-based Kenyan influencer Elsa Manjimbo. She exposed Naomi for luring her into her circle and introducing her to multiple wealthy men in an effort to get her into relationships with these men. Somewhere down the line, Elsa stepped back, and this infuriated Naomi, so she just decided to blackball her and destroy her entire career. Mind you, Elsa was just 19 years old at this time and just getting started in the industry.
Naomi was coming to Nairobi to do some shopping. She was on holiday, but on a remote place. So she was in Nairobi doing shopping. And I texted her and she told me she's in Nairobi. So I was so excited to meet her. She was the first celebrity I was ever going to meet. Guys, I was through the roof. She texted me, she was like, hey, I'm here. She texted me the location. I went directly. I went with my brother. So my brother and I, we met her, we did some shopping. And as we're shopping, she's like, oh, the plane that's taking us back actually has couple more seats. Do you and your brother want to join us on holiday? Hell yes. So
Again, I keep bringing up this movie, but if you've seen Blink Twice, a couple more seats on a plane, you see how excited people be? You know what I mean? That's what I be talking about, man. When you idolize, this is those survival skills and thoughts don't enter your mind when you're idolizing. You're blinded by the luxury and all that stuff. Like, if this was just a random person, would you be getting on a plane with them? But you think you know who they are because you see them on TV and stuff like that, but you don't really know the true person.
I was like, oh, that would be so lovely. She introduced me to a couple of people in Hollywood. It was so lovely. So a couple of people she was on vacation were coming to Nairobi after the vacation. They were staying at the Kempinski. So I went to see them at the Kempinski when the whole thing was over. So I sat down with them. I was talking to one of them, and one of them was like, oh, it's so, like, how did you meet Naomi? And I was like, oh, no, I texted her on Instagram, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, yeah, she told us, like, she made you and she built you and she made your career. And I was like, what? No, that's not what happened. And I was like, you mean, like, helped me and, like, promoted me? And she was like, no, like, what you have is because of her. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, that didn't happen. It is very important you remember that part for later. Okay, so time goes by. March 2022. We have jumped into March 2022.
2 years ago.
I get a phone call. My phone is ringing. Naomi Campbell. Oh, so I pick up. I'm like, hey sis, like, how are you? How you doing? And she's like, Elsa, how dare you? Oh. So I'm in shock, right? I'm in shock. I don't know what's going on. So I had this is the last time I'm speaking to you. Have a nice life. And she hung up, which I was very saddened by the situation, right? But I was like, if that's how she truly feels, because I respect people's space. So I was like, if that's how she truly feels, fine, it's okay. So I let it go. So after that, like a few months, things started going very badly for me. Things started going haywire. And I didn't think it was, I thought it was because of the situation, let me not lie. But I was like, also it can be stress. So I was like, let me go. Because also having someone like Naomi Campbell not liking you in the industry is not a good thing. So I went to her, I apologized. I already apologized.
Yeah, see, what she's saying with that is with her presence and power in the industry, basically she can be like telling other people, don't work with this girl. You get blackballed, pretty much. So again, that's why a lot of people who are trying to get in that industry are willing to do whatever it takes, because they know if they don't, then they'll pretty much be exiled.
The situation that happened, but I went and I apologized again and again. I started calling her, I started texting her, and then one day she just texted me and she was like, stop calling me. I have a child to take care of. So after that, I just said, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I started drinking. That's why I even quit alcohol. I started drinking. I started drinking a lot. Yeah. And then, because I wasn't sure why things were going so wrong, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then a few months later, I met Edward Enifel at a party, and Edward Enifel is one of, oh my goodness, he's one of the people I adore the most. So I was like, oh my goodness, that's Edward, I have to go say hi. So I go, I'm like, hey Edward, I'm such a big fan. And he looks at me, he's like, I know you. And then he said something that made me think the situation with Naomi was causing like some of the trials and tribulations I was currently going through. So,
child, the fact that Naomi is already panicking and deleting stuff from her Instagram is already a sign she is not as innocent as she wants all of us to believe. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this. Like this person who said, I think Naomi Campbell's been selling herself to the highest bidders for the last 25 years. How else has she managed a lifestyle beyond her means? Her career didn't last that long, wasn't that lucrative. Italians, Russians, Arabs. It's a well-known fact across the entertainment industry, the option to earn a side hustle is open to you, and it's in all nations. Another person said, she's going down with Diddy. She's on the list. It's just a matter of time. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Naomi getting exposed for allegedly being the madam in charge of Diddy's trafficking? And
that one girl talking remind me of India Ari, the singer. If you know, you know. Look, man, I can't put nothing past these people anymore. It's like you wanna try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but again, man, it's so much it's so much music that I don't listen to anymore. Like it don't take a lot for me to cut these people off, because at the same time, like, you know, it's like like I said, if you watch that Justin Bieber Yummy video, man, the breakdown on that video, and like I said, we were all, you know, you hear it, you sing it, you want to dance, but man, you see the breakdown on that video, it's wild. So for all of you out there who are listening to music, really listen to it. With everything going on, really listen to this music, because like I said before, a lot of them are dry snitching on themselves. They're telling on themselves in the songs. So, yeah, man. I guess the question still stands. How many people are going to go down with him? Appreciate y'all coming over and watching. Peace out.